Good morning, welcome to the channel. It's pouring rain. It is 2:32. I seem to be up quite early. I've just noticed the back light in the car is on, so it's pouring rain. Unless I can stop and reach over, switch it off. I've come this way, although I know there's roadworks up here. I just come up here to see, you know, what the state of play is. You know, I don't normally come this way, but I'm not exactly late just now, so the car coming. Oh, it's green. Green it is. A bit tight, that, isn't it? So we get all sorts of shit going on. I wonder how long we're going to take to do this. The light will just have to wait until I get to Falkirk. It is pouring with rain. Should be exciting. So, should be exciting. Indicating, even though there's nobody here but me. So in today's episode we're going to discuss how to deal with somebody who tells you that you have a disorder, suggests that you have a mental health disorder. So I got a message from my daughter. I haven't heard from her for a while, and she's decided that she thinks I have a narcissistic personality disorder, which is sort of easy, you know, in this day and age, all the computers and phones and stuff, at Google, you know, you can find all sorts of stuff quite easily. And, you know, but how to deal with that if your daughter says you've got... sadly where the... So the thing is with the lights at the back, you kind of think there's a car behind you. You know? So, well, how do you deal with it? Well, first thing, I think the best thing to do with that one is not to engage too much. Because I've already obviously considered, well, it's not obvious at all, but I've already considered whether I've got a narcissistic personality disorder. And, well, I don't. I am narcissistic, and I suppose most people are, but that's what the whole point of a disorder is that it's some form of type of extreme. And so I think it's all too easy to... The obvious thing about that is this projection. So it's my daughter who's got a narcissistic personality disorder. Anyway, the first thing I did was keyed it into Google. I often do that with things that people say. I keyed it into Google, and the first thing that came up is that it's an accusation that's often used from adult children when their parents split up. Because in my case, God, it's a bit rough out here, isn't it? In my case, that was... Should we put the fog lights on just to help? Oh yeah, that's better. In my case, I was divorced with Rona's mother about 22 years ago. but the bitterness and the bitterness still prevails not from me. So somebody overtaking me. I'm doing 72. I'm sort of backing off a bit because of the rain. So the fact that basically what I said to her was, I thought about how to answer it, and then I just said lovely and give her 2 kisses, because I think it's just a lot of times people are looking for arguments, and I think that potentially could be what that's about. So obviously I'm not too happy about it, but I suppose that my children are a result of a marriage that failed, and so it's sort of understandable. It's not, I've only got a job of looking after myself. I can't look after somebody else, obviously she's 25. She makes her own decisions, does her own thing. There's a limit to what I could do. So I could say what I want them to do, my children out, and they will completely ignore it and do what they want. And that's sort of the way it is. But I obviously love her, but it is tricky because you could whatever you do, it'll be wrong. It'll be the wrong thing to do. So basically, I'm obviously not very happy about the situation, but I mean the thing is that I have to get on with what I'm doing, and they don't want to participate in what I'm doing. So a bit like the analogy would be going back a few years ago, 200 or 300 years ago. If I was a farmer, you'd expect your children to work on the farm, and they would do, and they wouldn't really have an awful lot of choice, but now people get money from the government, so they're quite wealthy. There's a lot of downsides to it. I think that the tyranny is still around, but there's money being handed out for doing nothing, and it's sort of like communist perspective. So they'll suffer if it goes to full commie thing, but they're already there, I think. My daughter's not worked, neither's my son. So it's really a case of being independent, and they don't see the need to go to work. So, they're both on that same kind of thing, and it's not really anything that I can do about it. It's their choice. So I just got to keep going with what I'm doing. It does seem a bit pointless sometimes, but what's the point, What is the point? No, I don't know. The rain seems to have eased off slightly. It does, yeah. It does. I think the rain is behind. The wind is behind us. I feel like the car is driving effortlessly. I think it's behind us, yeah. One weird thing I noticed this morning was I noticed the lum in my wood burner. I was standing on the floor in the living room and I could hear a rattling noise when I was moving. And I don't know if it was like that before. I was wondering if the metal chimney thing has somehow come loose or something, but I went out there to look, didn't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, the personality disorder thing. I don't think she's got a narcissistic personality disorder, but she's certainly shown a lot of signs of it. The thing is, you shouldn't ever send. I think it's quite nasty, actually. You shouldn't send something like that to somebody suggesting that they've got a disorder. I mean, that is not good, you know, but you sort of have to just ignore it, really, you know. You just have to really can't really do much with that. Unfortunately, it's the way it goes. I don't suppose I'm unusual in that I was part of a failed marriage and children. I think people do things from the best intentions, and I certainly did, but I was like a flawed human being, you know, and at that time I probably still am flawed to some extent. Yeah, I almost was fucking leaned out going, oh, this one. You know, I think it's just sort of normal. It's not normal, but I think since the 60s when the divorce, it's like a form of freedom, isn't it? So you can free yourself from your husband or wife. So the majority of divorces are perpetrated by women. You know, so it's looking for freedom. A lot of that thing about freedom is you get freedom, but who are you owned by? You know, that's a fact, and that's kind of what happened. So it would have been like years ago you'd land up in the poorhouse, you know, if you didn't have a man to look after you and your children. Whereas now you just go on benefits. So at the same time, being on benefits means you're sort of owned by the state, you know, so to speak, and then the social workers and all that sort of thing are part of the tyranny. They're supposed to be looking after children and stuff, but I'm not really so convinced about that. So it is 2:45. I'm actually too early, but I'll probably just sleep in the car. The one thing is it's not particularly cold now, you know, whereas it has been quite cold. You just get used to this lifestyle, you know. You just get used to it. Sometimes I can't be arsed and then just sort of get on with it, you know. There's loads of people here already, look. It's fucking nuts, isn't it? It's fucking crazy. It's like, oh god, look. Oh. There's loads of them here already. There's is that a Mustang or something? What is that? Oh, it's a freaking Mondeo. It looked like a Mustang. Well, it's got the same front, isn't it? It's got a sort of thing on the front of it, so that made it look like that. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And catch you later.